Today's notes are on linear regressions, and that kind of sounds scary probably, but I don't think it's that bad once I show you the shortcut on the calculator. What I would like for you to do first is to just try the top two problems here. This is graphing linear functions. Notice right here it says they want you to graph it using the x and y intercepts. So hopefully you remember that. You plug in 0 for y, solve for x, plug in 0 for x, solve for y. I'll go over that here in a minute. And then they want you to rewrite this one in slope-intercept form and then graph it that way. So go ahead and pause this and try those two on your own. It's okay if you get it wrong, just make sure you do it in pencil so you can erase it. So go ahead and pause and try it. Okay, let's go over it. To find the x-intercept, let me zoom in here. To find the x-intercept, you plug in 0 for y, which basically gets rid of the y term. So I could just do negative 3x equals negative 12. Divide by negative 3, I get x equals 4. That means the point is 4, 0. Over here, to solve for the y-intercept, I'm going to plug in 0 for x, which gets rid of that negative 3x. So I am left with 2y equals negative 12. Divide both sides by 2, I get y equals negative 6. So this point is 0, negative 6. Graph those 2 points. And then you draw a line connecting them. And I don't have a ruler, so mine doesn't look that good. But that's how you graph using x and y intercepts. So that was kind of a review on that. On number 2, you should have put it into slope-intercept form, which hopefully you remember is this form right here, y equals mx plus b. To do that, I'm going to subtract x from both sides. That's negative 4y equals, I'm going to put the x first, so negative x plus 8. Divide everything by negative 4. I get y equals a positive 1/4 x minus 2. To graph it, I start at the y-intercept. Y-intercept is negative 2, so that is right there, if you can see it. Slope tells me to go up 1 over 4 to the right. So 1, 1, 2, 3, 4. If you want to go down 1 and over 4 the other way, that's fine too. Something like that. That was kind of bad, but something like that. Okay, hopefully that wasn't too bad. Now, let's go to some review. Or, I'm sorry, we just did the review. Let's go to the new stuff. Okay. First, we need to talk about correlation. Well, hopefully you already know this. This is positive slope if it's going up to the right, and it's negative slope if it's going down to the right. So we've already talked about that. That should not be anything new. Looking at this sentence right here, a scatter plot, which you have done in middle school already. So we're not spending too much time on scatter plots. I like graphing them and all that stuff. So it says a scatter plot is the graph of a set of numbers or data. Correlation means how the points in the scatter plot are related to each other. Here are some examples. So all of these numbers, they correlate to each other. So a lot of times they're points, like negative 2, 5, 0, 5, that kind of stuff. So this, if you can see the dots, they're kind of going up this way, okay? If it is going up to the right, it is a positive correlation. So up to the right is positive correlation. This next one is going down to the right. And that is a negative correlation. And the last one, the dots are all over the place. And if you have one like that, there is no correlation. So It's definitely not going up or down, so there's no correlation. Okay, see if you can try the next three. See if you can get them correct. So you can go ahead and pause this for a second, and this shouldn't take you all that long. So pause it, try it. Okay, let's see how you did. Number 1 here has dots all over the place. This is no correlation. Number 2, if you look, they're going down to the right, or up to the left if you want to think of it that way. But it is going down to the right, so this one is a negative correlation. And number 3 is going up to the right, kind of, so this is positive. Okay, hopefully that wasn't too bad. Now let's look at the bottom here. It says sometimes there is no single line that passes through all of the data points. So you try to find the line that best fits the data. Fitting a line to data is called finding the line of best fit. This is also known as linear regression. So probably in middle school they call it line of best fit. And then now that you're in Algebra 1, they call it the linear regression. You will do more with it in Algebra 2. In Algebra 1 we just kind of introduce it, but it's more of an Algebra 2 type thing. So let's flip it over and let's do some. If you did not get a graphing calculator yet, you will want to get one. As you can see, these are kind of screenshots of a calculator. You are welcome to use the one that's on the laptop, but you need a graphing calculator of some sort. Okay, on this there are some steps for you to follow. I went through and did the steps and they're kind of, they make sense, but they're a little bit confusing. So we're going to do one together. So they give us this table. We need to put this table into the calculator. And to do that, get out your calculator. Let me get it out of the glare here. And you are going to hit the stat button. The stat button is right here. You see my finger right down here? Stat button. So go to stat and hit number 1. We're going to edit. If you go in and there's already numbers in there, to clear it, you hit the up arrow. So it's, see how it's over, like it's kind of bolded L2? Hit the clear button and then hit the enter button. And it should clear out the whole column. And I want to clear out the L1 also, so I'm going to go over and then up to highlight L1, hit the clear button, and then hit enter. Okay, now I have a fresh table that I can enter in. So in L1, those are my X values. So I'm going to put in -2, hit enter. -1, enter. 2, enter. 3, enter. 4, and 7. In the next column, this is where the Y values go, and they do have to match up. So just make sure you go in the same order that you did with the X's. So 1, -3, -2, 5, 2, 6. Okay, so now you have that. If you want, you can, well, I guess we should look at the graph. So you can look at the graph. It's just dots. Okay, now the line of best fit, to get that, you go back to the stat button, and then you need to go over to the calc. So go over, and then go down to 4. You can just type in 4 if you want to. So go down to 4, and then when this pops up, hit enter again. So that means our equation is y equals, for A, it's 0.78 x plus B, which is -0.18. So we can write that equation. Y equals, and for A, in this case, well, usually you're used to mx plus b, but in your calculator's case, it's ax. So I'm rounding that to 0.78. So 0.78x, and the b is -0.18. 0.179, which runs to negative 0.18. Okay, there is your line of regression. So if you happen to graph this, this would be the line that would go through most of the points. Okay, and then, let's see, I think that's all it asks for in this case. So in most cases, you will round to the nearest hundredth like normal, so 2 decimal places. So we have 2 more to do down below. You can always pause this and try it on your own. Oh, to see the actual line, if you want to see it, press y equals. And then you can type this lovely graph, or this equation line in, so 0.78x minus 0.18. And then graph it. Okay, so there's the line. I'm not really sure why the points didn't show up. I wonder if I had to highlight plot. Oh, yeah. So keep plot highlighted and then the dots will be there. So that's the line of best fit or linear regression, either way. So like I said, you can pause this if you would like. You're just going to be watching me type this into the calculator. So again, I go to Stat, and number 1 is Edit. And I need to clear these out. So go up, hit Clear, Enter. I'm going to go over and then up, Clear, Enter. And then so my X's are the 1, 1.5, 1.7, 2, 2, 1.5. For my Y's, that's 3.8, 4.2, 5.3, 5.8, 5.5, 6.7. Then, after I have all of those entered, I'm going to go back to Stat, go over to Calc, and then hit number 4, and then hit Enter. Okay, so there's my equation. So my equation, y equals, I'm going to round that to 1.64, and plus 2.57. And to see the correlation, you can go to Graph. You're going to have to clear out the y equals, though. I forgot about that, because that's our old equation. If you want to type in the new one, you can. That's 1.64x plus 2.57, and then hit Graph. And see what you get. It's going up to the right, so that means it's going to be a positive correlation. Okay, now I really want you to, oh, I'm sorry, I forgot this part. Use the regression equation, predict y when x is 4. So when you see this, you need to plug in this number 4 for the x in the equation and solve for y. Okay, so now it would be y equals 1.64 times 4 plus 2.57. If you type this into your calculator, you should get 9.13. Okay, so you will get a few of those on your assignment today. Okay, you have one more to do, and notice it has 2 parts. You need to find y here, so you'll plug that in for x. You also will need to find x, so you'll plug that in for y. So go ahead and pause this, and I will put up the answers here so you can see them. So go ahead and pause it. Okay, let's go over this real quick because I'm running out of time and I don't want the video to cut out. So I typed it into the calculator, and I got this as my regression equation. And then I graphed it to see that it was negative. You should also be able to see that as the x's go up, the y is going down, meaning the graph is going down this way. So it's negative. And then I plugged in 7 for the x, and I got 2.92 for y. Over here it says find x, so that means you're plugging 15 in for the y. So I set it up like this, subtracted 15.45 from both sides, then I had to divide by that negative 1.79, and I got x equals 0.25. So that's it for your notes. Your assignment is on the corner of my desk. Or actually, it is your homework that's on the corner of my